Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is showtime. And something a little different. I have streamed it before a couple of times. It's Champions Online. The successor superhero MMO from Cryptic after they spun out City of Heroes. So there's a reason specifically why I'm playing this. I've gotten rather down on Cryptic over the last few years because fuck yeah, Lars Wingefors, the CEO of Embracer Group, which bought them and countless other studios, and then because he didn't kiss enough ass to the Saudis, they decided to not give him a couple of $1 billion, and he has spent the last, 3 years, 4 years divesting, cutting studios, cutting employees, and so on. And Cryptic had become, in essence, the game equivalent of a third world studio. But it's now been purchased out, bought out, spun out, something like that. And they brought back a lot of the people who were involved previously. So I am hopeful, fingers crossed, that Cryptic can make a comeback. Part of their attempt to, bolster their image and maybe perk up their numbers a little bit is they're doing quick starts on all three of their primary properties, or maybe only properties. I know they also have a Torchlight Infinite on the launcher. That's probably just a licensing thing. So that's Neverwinter Online, Star Trek Online, and Champions Online. I have lifetime subs to Star Trek and Champions. Would have bought one if they offered it, but I guess they learned their lesson for Neverwinter. I have played all three of them extensively. Star Trek I'm just not that interested in right now. And Neverwinter, they're going to have a hard time bringing me back to that one because the changes are so deep and, by me anyway, disliked. But Champions Online, the quick start option is very attractive. I have a wide variety of heroes, as you can see. Oh, wait, we have another page. And we have another page. So, among the things you can get as a free-to-play player, I got another character slot, which you would also get. We are going to see promotion available for new characters. It says over there. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a character. Now, these are all the free archetypes. At least I think these are all the free archetypes. Maybe they're not all. Anyway, they've got like 15 free archetypes. An archetype basically is a set of superpowers. You will have choices throughout your archetype, but not as many as if you had what's called a freeform character slot, where you can mix and match from different heroes' power sets. But the three that are available are the Icicle, who hurls ice and such, the Inventor, who's a techno-gadgeteer, and the Behemoth, a powerful melee character. I'm going to go with the Inventor. The signature skills are support drones and orbital cannon, and who doesn't like those? The signature skills on the other are icicle, spear, and shatter. And these are just some of the obvious skills that you're probably going to want. Uppercut and indestructible. Not actually completely indestructible. Details. So this is details on the special promotion. Short version. You can create a character, you go through the tutorial, you come out level 6, you get a token a chit that you can cash in to immediately up-level your character to 30 out of a cap of 40. It includes gear that will level up with you as you play. You get some healing devices you can use, some triumphant discoveries that bring you back to life if you fall in battle, and a Ren Center transport device. Now, on top of this, if you manage to go from level 30 to level 40, you will get as a reward a free form character slot. Those normally sell for, I believe, $20. What do we think? Give me a sec. I should have spent a little time thinking about what I was going to do for a hero. Male or female? Got the name. And over here you can see the full power progression. At the various levels, you get access to various things. These are the one places where you'll get choices. But most of the time, because these are the standard archetypes, you will get what you get in the appropriate place. You can always change later. So I'm just going to stick with what got me with some minor changes. Humanoid, bearskin, basic, stern, diffuse, hairstyle A is fine, hairstyle B, eyebrow, eyes, headwear. I like the top hat. It's a little bit too informal for me, though. But I don't want anything. I kind of like the fedora. Just the regular fedora. Top accessory, none. Mouth accessory, is that the mustache? Yeah. I'm okay with the combat gas mask, I think. Eye accessory, no monocles. Helmet goggles. Definitely helmet goggles. I've decided I will be doing some minor tuning. I'm fine with the mechanical left arm, right arm. Let's also do the same for the left arm. Attachment arms, robotic arms, metal, chest layer. I like the vest. It has a nice statement. Emblem. Those don't look like they're going to fit well on my vest, so we'll keep the vest where we are. We'll move down. The gloves we don't need. The pants do we want? Robotic. Tights for robotic left, attachment left leg, hydraulic leg, or robotic. We'll go robotic. Now, tights for robotic, right? Sci-fi jumpsuit for robotic. Oh, yeah, definitely. Now we're talking. Legs. Do we have a left? That's attachment legs. Robotic leg. Oh, I guess it's the foot unit? Yeah, it must be the foot unit. Or feet. Costume piece. There we go. That'll work. And the shoulders are fine. I guess that's the back unit. There he goes. That'll work. Just throwing it together here on the fly.
Forward. Press A to move left. Press S to move backward.
Thank you.
Press D to move right.
No. Generally speaking, the best costume creation or best character creation options for visuals are City of Heroes and Champions Online. Champions Online has more options, arguably better options, but it's also a bit more finicky when it comes to creating, in that it can take a while. You haven't played this in a long time. It was one you played a lot back in the day. I played it a lot too. They have a quick start, which is what I'm doing right now, a special event where you get a character slot. They have 3 archetypes you can choose from. You get them up, you get through the tutorial, you get a level up to 30, including gear that will level up with you after 30. And then if you get to 40, you get another unlock. You get a freeform character unlock, which normally sells for about $20. Cryptic has been going through hard times for the last few years, but they have brought some of the original or older previous personnel back. I am hopeful that better things come to Cryptic. It's a company that has put out games I have spent an awful lot of time with. So
Contacts have a distinctive icon above their heads.
yes, they do.
Pleased to meet you. It's always exciting to meet new heroes like you.
Thank you. The invasion simulation.
New training simulation for our Ravenswood Academy.
Interesting, they've got
It's based around the Q-Line invasion of Millennium
icons
City that occurred years ago.
for if you're using a controller.
The Ravenswood
So
AI
obviously
attack
controller is
size.
supported. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe it was always there. I always thought that this could be successful if they ported it to console. And was surprised when Star Trek Online showed up on console. I will accept the quest. Goodbye. Farewell. Goodbye. Right now I have Sonic Blaster,
Waiting for next simulation training.
which is an energy builder. You shoot it to build up energy, and this is a spender.
Plato interface online.
Let's go.
Superhero. Thank you.
I will enter the QLAR simulation. Doodly-doo!
Facilities overall. Connection complete.
Welcome to the holodeck.
Calling all heroes. This is Defender with a Priority 1 alert.
It'll take, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer if I'm explaining, and I will be.
Hostile extraterrestrial force.
Before we get through the tutorial, and then
I'm directing police and private
we'll be up to level 30. We'll get the goodie and
They are
use it.
outnumbered and outgunned. They won't last long against the advanced alien technology.
I don't think it's as
We need reinforcements fast.
good, as deep as City of Heroes, because City of Heroes, had a longer active run.
All available heroes rendezvous with
Champions came out, had underwhelming response. I liked it, but it wasn't the hit that they were hoping.
All available heroes rendezvous with Sergeant McAvoy at the following coordinates.
Downloading coordinates now.
So
We have the civilians out of harm's
it's
way.
never had a great rep. It's never had a bad rep,
Take the fight back
but
to
it was always sort of
the heroes.
City of Heroes'
They're out.
younger brother, little brother. What's up, officer?
Thank goodness you're here. You arrived just in time. The QLR have turned Millennium City into a war zone. We need your help. I'm glad you're here. Any assistance you QLR attack ships with it.
I
I'm
like
glad
that.
you're here.
And because I might have played this a time or two, I kind of happen to maybe already know where there's a hidden thing. Reach the end of this destroyed ship, and I received a perk, Bug Down. Basically, an accomplishment. No, I have, I don't know, maybe 30 characters in the game. Only a couple, maybe even only one hit at the very end game. But that's the same sort of thing I have with City of Heroes. I don't even know how many characters in the new City of Heroes servers. Lots. But none of them are especially high level.
Press the tab key to set the wires on the turret. Pressing tab multiple times will set energy all over and the turrets activate as soon as you are in range of your turret.
As you can see, I'm getting all kinds of goodies. These are account goodies. Because, well, I have a lifetime sub. And those were a lot of titles for the most part, but also a few goodies, I think. Starter pack. But I will leave those be because I'm trying to show you what a new player would be going through. So that was targeting as usual. Initiating a fight, you just start shooting and they start suffering. Tab to target, 1 for your builder, and it builds up your energy, which is blue, and then you expend energy with your spenders. And is this, it's a charge time, so that one is a channeled until you let it go.
Excellent
I
work.
believe.
Preventing. I'm glad you're here.
Ding 2!
It will be greatly appreciated. Thank you again for your assistance. I'm glad you're here. Ending is
He's glad I'm here. Which is understandable. Mayor, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I sure am glad to see you. I've heard some good things about you. Millennium City is in sore need of some heroes right now. My administration will... When the QR attack began, I set up a command post in the...
All right, I need to recover emergency plans and the activation code.
Administration will...
Which are, you can see the blue, glowy, see-through arrow. That's where my quest should take me.
Hero points are displayed as stars at the bottom of your hero's portrait. The more you have, the more effective.
Okay, up here you can see I have 5 stars. If I was to get downed, basically killed and then res, I would lose one of these stars. Stars give you extra damage and healing bonuses. So there is a reward for basically kicking a whole bunch of ass. These are short-lived buffs. You just grab those, and that will give me some defensive. And that was me fully charging up my weapon, and you can see it used up some energy. I'll do it again. Used about half of my energy, but the energy comes back. Unless you're in combat, basically you can't spam stuff. That's a Healy Glowy. Blew him up. If you hold down shift, you're blocking. So that'll reduce the damage you take, incoming damage. We're full health, so that doesn't help, but that'll give us another defensive buff. Fat Buddy, good evening. The Kular have invaded. They didn't invent. Have invaded Millennium City. There we go. Another player, Mr. Gray. I approve of that name. Catch. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? What a shame. And he also is undoubtedly a new, possibly a new character or a new player. And he is using the same archetype I am. There are 3 available to choose from right now if you want the free upgrade when you finish the tutorial. It is the Gadgeteer. No, Inventor. Basically, it's a Gadgeteer. Oh, hello. I'm sorry. The other 2 are basically Ice Power set and a Bestial Power and Fighty set. Mayor?
Many thanks. I will activate my administration. Will not have information Chief Surhoff.
Get the
needs to
recon
see
photos
ASAP.
to Police Chief
These photos
Surhoff.
show QR massing. My administration will not stand for aliens attacking Millennium City.
I'm not quite sure why the mayor of Millennium City has
The mission heading indicator is
a rather obvious southern accent when nobody else in the game does.
You can accept any mission.
Yep, I'm following the mission indicator, which is the arrow. Arrow, arrow, arrow. Poor little fellers. I almost feel bad. No, I don't.
Blocking reduces all damage taken. An incoming target attack is
That's me blocking. That would reduce damage.
Block these attacks by holding down the shift key. The pulsing blue circle ahead of you marks a respawn point. If you are defeated in battle, pressing the recover button will
Talk about cutting it close. Oh,
I always cut it close. Not sure what that means, but... And citizens distressed. Okay. We have 2 quests now. This is Clayton Griswold. Obviously not a National Lampoon's Vacation reference.
I'm really worried I might miss my flight to Canada. I have some EMT training, and I'm really worried I might miss my flight to Canada.
All right, I have to rescue civvies and retrieve stolen medical supplies. Ooh, we'll hit the Raider drone. And then this is a villain class character. Oh, did I get my? I did not get my shot off. There's Mr. Gray again. All right, that is 1 rescued worker.
find additional missions by exploring. If a starburst appears behind the crime computer button, it is alerting you to an available mission in the area.
I've saved enough captives, and I can take the items that dropped from those guys, as those are the medical things we need. Only got 1. Did I miss him? There's 2. Drone, I'm deranged. Defeat 9 enraged drones. I've been called worse by better. Well, that's a Raider drone, not an enraged one.
Many other people are closer to the Champions Guild.
Will this be? Okay, so that's in that area. We can get there later. But for now, we need to go back and turn in the 2 quests we already had. Welcome to your weekend, Fat Body. I hope you have enormous plans for world-shaking pleasure. Not exactly sure how much pleasure is required to shake the world, but I'd certainly give it a try if I were you.
excellent.
Gaining a level is an opportunity to improve your hero, to buy new powers.
Okay, so I now can get the a new quest.
As rough as things are here,
Let's see. I don't remember all these powers. Level 1. Okay, level 6 is when we get our next powers. Okay. There you go, Mr. Griswold.
I'm really worried I might miss my flight to Canada.
Yeah, I'm sure you will make it. Don't sweat it. Right over here, we have to talk to Mayte Sanchez, and also kill a batch of enraged drones. You can see those are the ones with the red glowies over them.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
I sure am.
Both sides.
Can I buy you a cappuccino?
Get out there and kick those two. Dr. Silverback, you take it straight. Get out there and kick those two back. Equipped devices are activated by clicking their icon or pressing the associated key. Control 1 through 5 by default.
Did we get a device? We did. We got a drone controller device. It automatically filled our slots with some of the stuff we got for our account. And we got all our account bonuses. These are green tier mobs. The names are green, which means they're lower level than us. Knock. A blast from the past? I suppose so. But I'm here today, so it's a blast from the present. Cryptic is under new management, thank goodness. And are bringing back some of the old employees. So I'm hopeful that they can resurrect the studio that has made games that I spent an enormous amount of my time on. And one of the things they're doing is a quick start event where they have 3 archetypes, and if you choose to play one of those 3 archetypes, when you get out of the tutorial, you'll get a instant level 30 boost you can use. And it includes leveling gear, so the gear will level up with you as you level up. And if you hit level 40, the cap with that character, oh, that's 1 out of 2. You'll also then get a freeform character slot, which they normally sell for $20. Those are regular drones. Where are we out of enraged drones? I kind of need more enraged drones. Does that work for free-to-play? Yeah, this is all based on free-to-play. Now, I have a well-established account. But yeah, a new free-to-play or old free-to-play, if you log in, you get a new character slot. They have 3 archetypes you can choose from. And you get out of the tutorial where I am right now at level 6, and they give you the level up. And then if you hit level 40 with that character, you then get an additional slot, and it's a freeform slot. Have they removed all the evil monetization? I would have to say no. Is there a possibility they will? I hope. I hope that basically that now that Sanity will be running the company instead of Lars Wingefors, the biggest douchebag in the history of gaming, and I know that's a big list. Ding 4. And hopefully they can bring the studio back. I don't want to say back to life because it's, it's not actually dead, but back. Oh, did I not get credit for that? I did not get credit for that. We'll try that again. We need to summon up our little friend. So yeah, it's one of the reasons I actually wanted to play it again, was because the studio is now under sane management. I am hopeful that they can bring it back. In particular, this game, which I've always thought was underserved, because basically it's been in mostly maintenance mode for, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 years. I mean, sure, they've done some work on it, but not much.
Salutations, my esteemed compatriot.
Thank you, Dr. Monkey. I'm sorry.
Do be careful. Do be careful.
And so I would like to encourage them to put more of their development assets into this game to make it better. You bought the game on launch. All archetypes were unlocked, and there was just a normal subscription. Yep. Yeah, sadly, that model is, for better or worse, is largely dead unless you're, FF14 or WoW. Now, for me, I stopped paying attention for the most part after Embracer Group got them, Lars Wingefors, who was trying to make a deal with the devil. I'm sorry, the Saudis. Same thing. And for whatever reason, my assumption, because they realized he's a douche knuckle, they chose not to give him billions of dollars, and all of those things, those companies he'd bought, the studios he'd acquired, all of that stuff, he had to start divesting. Closing studios, firing employees, all that stuff. He was ahead of the curve when it came to being a shithead in gaming. And here's my reward for what we just did in a shared public area. Not a bunch, but I'm going to take it anyway. I mean, Cryptic has been struggling off and on for years, but I'm hopeful that by the bringing back of some of the people who work there, particularly in positions of, power and authority. I think Thomas Marone is back in the STO, Star Trek Online. It gives me hope that, maybe the company can come back. I hope so. Also drinking Swedish sour beer flavored with spruce. Ooh, spruce.
The cannon is completed.
Not sure. I would try it because, of course, I'll try most anything except like Balut or Hakarl or Lutefisk.
I think he may need your help. We must prevent any more Q-Lars from entering the headquarters.
Ding 5.
Dr. Silverback. We must prevent any more Q-Lars.
Oh, sorry. I need to accept that.
We must prevent any more Q-Lars.
Thank you, Witchcraft. So I have played it occasionally. I've streamed it a couple of times in the past. I still have played it occasionally over the years, mostly since City of Heroes came back. If I'm going to play a superhero game, largely I'm going to play that. But this is a solid game, and I would like for it to, have more players, get more attention, hopefully get more attention from the studio at some point. And so I wanted to play while the event was going on to point people at the event. Because I would like for it to be a sign of things to come. And doing a little pseudo tutorial here, I thought, would be helpful. Maybe bring a little attention to the game. Surströmming, yeah, that's another one of them. That is classed as hour 1 of Ick Foods, or number 1. Just the smell usually makes people gag or worse. I don't specifically remember surströmming, but I recognize the name. I know Hakarl, if my memory is still in order, is the Icelandic ammonia shark, and lutefisk is the lye preserved cod, I think. Definitely lye preserved fish. And balut is the very famous Filipino, I think. Come on. I know you're going to punch me. There it is. Fetal duck egg. Which, unsurprisingly, I have no real interest in putting in my mouth or having anywhere near me neighborhood-wise.
We don't have much time.
I hope I didn't butcher surströmming.
Black Talon and his destroyed minions are
Carl
on the
is
attack on Millennium City.
the
The
fish.
QR are just pawns.
I'm guessing he hit a
Black
return
Talon
a little
uses
too
some
soon.
sort of technology to
Block
provoke
incoming
the
attacks
attack.
using
We don't
the
have much
shifting.
time. You look like
Let's go, Defender. Me and Defender are going to take out Black Scorpion, I think?
Black Talon is our adversary.
Black Talon, sorry.
He's a servant of Dr. Destroyer. And if we don't bring him down quickly, he'll lay waste to all Millennium City. I'll hold off the reinforcements. You're going to have to defeat Black Talon on your own.
Well, he's 90% dead already, dude. That's not a big deal. No problem. From Iceland that they piss on and bury. Yeah, it's the ammonia. It's all about the ammonia. And then lutefisk is, well, that's the, I believe, lye preserved one. Surströmming, light, way better smell, but just as vile a taste. I know the description I've read that troubled me deeply was the gelatinous texture
Great bravery today, my friend.
is what kind of grossed me out.
They broadcast a high-frequency signal which drives the QR.
I don't like gelatinous. Jello is the only like gelatinous thing I want. I think aspic, which is English, is vile. Basically, it's kind of a runny beef jello.
This door leads to the defense control room.
I will go into the defense control room.
Go for it. Launch the Ironclad Defense.
Ironclad defense consists of loading Ironclad, a hero, into a gun and shooting him.
Seal the shell. We don't have much time.
There's Ironclad. Loaded into the gun.
Ironclad's hypervelocity shell easily penetrated both the shield and the mothership's armor. The destruction of the mothership sent the QLR into confusion. The surviving aliens fled.
We kicked their butts. Yo. And we have won at the tutorial.
Plato interface online. Lisa Phoenix, designation superhero. Thank you for your help in testing the QAnon invasion simulation MK1.247B. Your data has been uploaded to the Ravenswood Academy database for processing.
I'm awesome.
And Mr. Strong would like to speak.
Headmistress? Oh my.
No trace operation simulation.
I monitored your progress through the Kula invasion simulation.
Power up!
The powerhouse is a special training facility for...
Watched quite a few of those aspics and jello rings with questionable content like fish, cheese, lettuce, etc. being made and tasted good. It got tasted and all got failing grade. Only the dessert one was appreciated. Yeah. Aspic, I don't get. I understand it's a British thing, and when I was in England, there was a fair amount of it that I avoided assiduously. Okay, we now have, because I have created a new character in one of the 3 required or allowed archetypes of brutal, animalistic dude, ice dude, and gadget dude. I am gadget dude. I will claim the boost for a champion. These are the standard view on the archetypes. Ice dude, or dudette, and gorilla man, and Victorian techno man. I will claim. Pardon me, I get scratch a little. All right, here we go.
Simulation pending.
Did those all get equipped? I think they all got, yes, they all got equipped. The Head Start, gloves. That's the Ren Center transport device, which we will teleport us to the Renaissance Center, which is the hub. Triumphant Recovery is used to res yourself. We can remove these into here for now. And let's see. We are now level 30. They hearken from the time period in the 50s, 60s in America. Certainly the Jello rings and stuff like that, definitely. But aspic has never been an American thing. But the Jello rings, absolutely. Yeah, that's a nightmare that we invented. A world, we're sorry, we didn't know better. Now, Jello is fine as a dessert, especially when you're a kid. When you're a kid, it's fun.
It's good to see everything running so smoothly.
No, I think they would not have appealed to my father, and I think my father's tastes largely defined the borders of my mom's cooking until my family had a culinary awakening, probably in my teens, where all of a sudden my parents' eyes were opened to, the non-standard American stuff. Up till then, it would be, spaghetti with spaghetti sauce from the package, tacos with the taco seasoning from a package, steaks, very basic of the time, normal American chow. But my parents had a cultural awakening. It started with us taking like an hour and a half drive to go to a place that had spicy Chinese food, one of the first Szechuan restaurants in America. And later on, certainly the first successful Thai restaurant in America in Berkeley. That was like an hour's drive, a place called Plern. And from there, my mother ended up taking cooking vacations in France and Italy, including twice from Lorenzo de' Medici, yes, of those de' Medicis, at a place called Coltibuono, where she ran basically a vacation cooking school where you would go to learn some recipes, cook in a kitchen with a bunch of other tourists, and get to know them, get to know the host or hostess, and that kept my mom busy in in her 50s and 60s. So we had the big awakening, but from the dark times before the culinary awakening, even then we never had the Jell-O ring. We had Jell-O, but it was a dessert thing or a you're sick as a kid. So now that we're level 30, we're going to train in our skills and make some choices and stuff. Talk to powerhouse trainers and watch the videos. Well, we have to talk to them, certainly. I'm not sure we have to actually watch the videos. Talk to powerhouse trainer. Welcome to the powerhouse. Let's see. The powerhouse. Energy and equilibrium. So we have videos. Yeah, we have to. All right. Energy and equilibrium. We'll watch the video. Oh, well, it was incredible. You know, for those of us who grew up in such plain stuff, to eventually discover Thai food, Szechuan food.
The energy you have stored is shown in your energy bar.
You know, things like cassoulet from France.
That drain the stored energy. There's a marker on your energy bar that shows your equilibrium point. Outside
Now,
of combat, your
I still have
energy
a
reserves
lot
are
of
depleted
affection.
at this
Oh, can I
point
exit
over
out of
time.
these? I can, I think. A lot of affection and occasional lusting for
Let's discuss charge ups and meat.
some of those old foods that I had as a kid. I still like, you know, the standard cheap Chinese restaurant barbecued pork fried rice. Love it. Occasionally, I get an inkling for what I call bad pizza. Basically, the stuff that tastes
From point A to point B.
somewhat similar, anyway, to junior high school and elementary school pizza you'd get at the cafeteria. So those bones still exist deep inside my body, and occasionally they want to be fed.
Each time you level up, you may gain new
Okay, now that was purchase super stat from the trainer is the next thing we do. Remove powers, no. The powerhouse. Continue is where you come to train. Train up, okay. Our primary statistic is intelligence. Our secondary stat is presence. The other secondary stat is recovery. Purchase powers, purchase travel powers. Okay, so purchasing powers, most of these powers we get are defined. At level 6, you get experimental burst ray. At level 8, you get medical nanites. At 11, you have a choice. And so there are a couple of choices. And this is sort of the disadvantage to the free-to-play archetypes, is you don't have a lot of wiggle room in your choices. But you do have wiggle room in how you power up your choices, which I'll show you in a sec. Wife has taken a few cooking classes in Sweden from the Sami. Yes, the Sami are the the Laps, right? I think. Or is it just the Finns? Maybe it's just the Finns. Reindeer dance, that should be the Laps, right? A lot of odd meats, for example. Bear meatballs. I see, I would love to try it. We'll purchase our power. So we have our choice here of bionic shielding, which shields the target, or support drones. We want support drones. $14, we get technological advancements. 17 is medical beam. So we're kind of a support class. So the beast class is a DPS class primarily. No, tanking class primarily. This is a support class primarily, and the ice class is a DPS class primarily. We get medical beam, energy shield, molecular self-assembly, and resurrection serum. So we are mostly actually a support class. The Laps. Yeah, from Lapland. Okay, now we purchase our travel power. We have our choice. These are the ones that are available to free to play. So these are different flight models, visuals, super speed, acrobatics, super jump, tunneling, swinging. Swinging is actually quite fun in this game. We're going to go with swinging. Purchase ranks and advantages now. Now we're getting into it. Okay, so the Sonic Blaster. What you have, this is the first skill we got. And you can see we have 4 sub-skills. These are buffs to the skill. We have Sonic Blaster rank 2 and rank 3. You can't do 3 until you've had 2. A Fraction of Sound, which charges the power to damage in a cone instead of a single target. And Accelerated Metabolism is in a lot of these. Every time you attack, you have a chance to gain back some of your energy. Also called Norway, Finland, and yes, Norway, Finland. Parts of Russia I didn't know. I didn't know Lapland, that makes sense, was also partially inside Russia. That I did not know. I knew about Finland, and Norway, and Sweden. The Experimental Blaster, the same thing. You've got ranks on the blaster, and the Death Ray, which enables a chance to kill, I think, basic targets that you're shooting at. At high-ranking targets, it does additional damage. The Disintegration Gray hits them with a disintegration effect, which I believe is a dot. Applies Disintegrate. No, that just causes reduced resistance. So what you have to do is I have a total of 23 points I can spend. But we can't spend them in all of the skills. We don't have the Sonic device yet, or the Implosion engine. We do have the support drones. Increases your energy recovery and energy gain, and increases the energy cost of the powers. Their default mode, they use a healing beam. In weapons platform mode, they utilize a gravitic bolt to attack your enemies. Well, they're one of the bases of the spec. So we're going to bump them up and spend 4 of our points there. We're not going to spend any in the movement skill, at least not yet. Experimental Blaster. Now that was our 2, right? Our 3 is Experimental Burst Ray. Deals somewhere around so much damage to targets in front of you. Has a chance to disorient. Charging this power for more than 1.5 seconds will cause it to overcharge, increasing the damage by 12% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times. However, using this power while overcharged has a chance for every stack of overcharge to apply overheat, placing this power on cooldown. That's a little dicey. Technological advances. That's the form. Grants you medical expertise. Whenever any of your technology powers is fully maintained, charged. Comes off of cooldown, you gain an additional stack of medical expertise as well as 22 energy. Each stack of medical expertise increases your healing and shielding effects. Death Ray. So much tempting. Really, all of those are in the Experimental Blaster, but I think you can only put 4 points into any one skill. Maybe I'm wrong. So that's the Sonic Blaster. 5 points in any one skill, it looks like, right? Because then when I put points into, should be at 4. Where's my drones? Where's my drones? Drones. Where are the drones? Why am I not seeing them? There they are. Yeah, 4 out of 5. So you can put 5 points into any skill. And it looks like the experimental burst ray is one that is also sort of fundamental to the build because it has so many options. I've never seen a skill that had so many options. Really purged all memories of the game except a few fragments. Everything looks new. You can start again. Arcturus cooling system reduces the chance and duration of overheating by temporarily creating a portal to an alternate reality, dissipating the immense heat. Halves the chance for overheats. By default, the overheat is 19 to 70. No, that's the disorient. Overcharging. A 2.5 to 10%, so basically making it a 1% to 5%. Unpredictable effects. It'll apply Bane to your primary target, has a 50% chance to apply other effects. Yeah, it can apply all kinds. It's basically extremely chaotic. It can do all kinds of weird stuff. When fully charged, creates a healing rune. Download. To download to you, reducing the cost of your technology powers for a short time. Challenge is what? Is that a taunt? Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. What we can do is we can spend 2 and 4, and then we can hit it with the cooling system. Medical nanites. I control a swarm of medical nanites. Can be slotted in support or balanced passive powers. Grant you and nearby allies resistance. Medical nanites. Your technology healing is increased. We get 20% increased resistance to damage. Gain health every 3 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 in there. Technological advancements. Adopt an advanced posture. I'm no poser. I don't posture. Energy shield. That is what? The shield option? Yeah, energy shield is here. Our shield has become an energy shield that self-damage reduction with better overall damage reduction than regular block powers. Molecular self-assembly. Innate passive. Okay, that's the passive. I think that's right there. No, that's the medical nanites. Medical self-assembly. May only have 1 energy unlock power. Hey, Lone Star Wolf, how goes your now started, I hope, weekend? Does not need to be slotted. You gain energy each time one of your abilities finishes charges. Okay, Resurrection Serum. That revives a nearby hero. Reanimator. What the hell's Reanimator? I don't know, but I like it. Modifies the function of Resurrection Serum to allow you to use on enemies who will fight by your side as a zombie. Well, okay. The duration increases for each rank of Resurrection Serum. Well, how long does it last by default? Taking this advantage replaces the original functionality. Ooh. So, either you use it for rezzing friends or rezzing enemies. That was under the THQ Nordic era? Yeah. We don't have the Sonic device yet. We have 12 points left. That's the Resurrection. Medical Beam. I'm going to go ahead and use the Resurrection Serum. And Reanimator. I have played it on stream a couple of times. Somewhere between like 2 and maybe 5 times. I'm not sure. Keep in mind, I've been doing this for 7 years, almost. And so occasionally I just want to mix things up, especially if there's no game I'm particularly focusing on. So I've played a lot of stuff a few times. All right, the medical beam options are Rejuvenator or Field Medic. Not particularly interesting. Technological enhancements, that's like a buff, right? Oh, it's a toggle. Grants a stack of medical expertise. Trigger conditions, you have a chance. Not especially interested. The medical nanites. We put one batch in. Do we want to put another batch in? We've got the points. Sure. Did I not save the experimental blaster stuff? Oh, I didn't put any in Sonic. Huh. Well, we definitely want... Could have sworn I put points in experimental blaster, and... No. It was experimental burst ray. Okay, never mind. Got 6 points. Want to increase the rank of that. And the refraction, which changes it to a cone, so it's now an AE. Now the experimental blaster. That's the charged attack. Right now it does good damage. Death Ray makes it have a chance to kill normal targets and do additional damage. Mending Protocol, download. We'll just jack it up 1 rank. Okay, next up is purchase talents. So far, it doesn't suck. Well, you're here now. Oh, Nod Nux, I see you talked about Embracer. Some of the studios under them did some cool stuff early on. Well, that was when Lars Wingefors, may demons eternally gnaw his broad buttocks, was still negotiating with the Saudis for billions of dollars. Once the Saudis said, you know what? Nah. At that point, he started destroying everything that he had spent years building because he did it speculating that he was going to get billions of dollars. They did some cool stuff early on, like releasing patches, new expansions. For a 20-year-old game like Titan Quest 1, yep. But once the option for the Saudis was gone, yeah. All right, let's see. So we have 6 talent points. Now, mostly we want to spend these in our primaries, which are recovery, presence, and intelligence. So we'll just go ahead. We'll grab intelligence. We'll grab, oops, not that one. Presence. Recovery. Plus, there are the combos of the two things. Where are they? There we go. Intelligence and presence. Presence and recovery. And then intelligence and recovery. Those are the ones that make obvious sense. Those are our primary and secondary skills. Hope you'll play Grim Dawn's new expansion when it comes out. Is the reason you found me 3 years ago? I don't know. I've bought, I think, 2 of the expansions for Grim Dawn, but I didn't buy a lot of the other sort of DLCs. There were, I don't know, what, 2, 3, 4? Maybe I'm misremembering. So it's going to depend on the feature set. Now, I'm aware that they're working on a new one, but I haven't really paid much attention to it. Okay, so we have 21 points to spend. Intelligence now grants a 13% bonus to hold strength. I don't think we're doing holds. Secondary super stats now grant 16 offense. We probably want that. I think we have to put 10 in here. I think you have to put 5 to get access to the second tier. Energy Builder reduces the recharge time of all your abilities by 3%. Your secondary super stats now grant defense. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Expertise. Your secondaries grant 10% more of their default related bonuses. Increasing the amount of offense and defense you receive from items. Your damaging attacks now ignore. That's probably pretty good. Your cooldown reduction items. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3. And this is additional offense and defense from items. That'd be 20% more from the secondaries. Does not affect bonus damage heal. We'll put him here then. Next tier. Whenever you critically strike an enemy, you reduce the damage they deal by 4% for 5 seconds. Directly damaging a foe with a non-energy builder ranged attack increases the duration of your active rune powers. I don't know what rune powers are. Critical severity. Strength of your blast attacks, heals, and shields. How many blasts? It says it's an energy sonic blaster, but it doesn't say it's doing blast attacks. That one does blasts. That one doesn't. We only have one blast. If we only have one blast, it's not worth pumping that up. Critical severity. Okay, we'll go with that. Enhanced gear. I have been told that I have enhanced gear. I don't want to boast. Increases the amount of offense you receive from items. Their expansions are super worth it, large and well made. Only 2 of them, with a third on its way, with enough content to rival the base game. The battle arena I definitely don't have. Maybe they had cosmetics? Did they have cosmetic packs? I'm trying to remember. Energy cost to your heals, paralyzes, blah, 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 blah. Trap, paralyze, incapacitize, no. Honor, whenever you directly heal or shield an ally, your next attack gains 2.5. Well, we want that one for sure. Trapped. And we have one more point. Yeah. Sentinel Aura. You and teammates gain 55 health every 3 seconds. Strength of your heals and shields. Critical heals. Increase the duration of your hold powers. We'll go with that. And we have finished assigning our powers and stuff. I will not be a combat dynamo, as this is a support character, which I didn't realize. I thought it was a damage character. I was wrong. It's the head trainer. Hello, head trainer. Supposed to talk to you. What are you going to train my head to do? Never mind. That's the starter gear package, which I don't need, because I already have it, and more importantly, I have leveling gear. Leave the powerhouse. Let's see. You can see my gear here. Pardon the phrasing. Also optional loyalist packs. Those are just for folks who want a forum title. Okay, and some alternate transmute options. So no scummy MTX. But you can see here, this is what you get as part of the level 30 level up you get after finishing the tutorial. And it has the full 6-piece bonus, so that's 25 to all super stats. At level 40, 25 more, 20% damage at level 40, also at level 40, 20% healing and 30% threat, if you're a tank. I have a lot of titles. Most of these, probably all of these, are account-wide unlocks. I'm impressive. I think you'll agree. Those are the devices I currently have equipped. We only have the one costume so far. I do not have any auras, and I have not yet given him a description. I will note that because I am a lifetime subscriber, I have a very large amount of the real money currency. I believe it is 500 a month. Might be different here. It's 500 Zen a month in Star Trek Online. Regardless, I have almost 65,000. Which I think you'll agree is a lot. Yeah, that's probably right. 500 a month would be 6,000 a year. And I have logged in and bought stuff whenever I had the consideration to do so. So we're looking at like 12 years, and the game's been out for probably 15, 18, something like that. So yeah, I have almost 65,000 of the real money currency, which is a lot. I'm going to grant you. Doing so will lock my power purchases, sure. Big monkey.
Millennium City, a gleaming city of the future. A triumph of human engineering.
I'll be right back.
And a testament to the human imagination.
Give you something to watch.
But behind the beauty, there is tragedy. Ours is a city built upon the ashes of catastrophe. When the maniac known as Dr. Destroyer brought down the city that stood here before, cutting short the lives of thousands. To this day, there are those who live in fear that Dr. Destroyer will rise again to threaten this great city. Some even say he already has returned, that Destroyer was responsible for the recent Kular invasion, and now he's producing an army of robots from a facility hidden somewhere within city limits. And that another savage attack on Millennium City could come at any time. I am here to make sure that does not happen. My name is Defender. I am the leader of the Champions, the world's most powerful super team. This is my town, and it's my duty to protect it. But if you're willing to lend a hand, I would be honored to accept your assistance.
Destroyer bad, Defender good. Okay? We're all clear. Congratulations on hitting level 10. You gained access to the specialization tree. Actually, I'm not level 10. I'm level 30. Let's see. Can't remember the toggle. This is how you swing in the game. I love it because it's so absurd that no matter where I go, I can be in the middle of the wilderness and I can still swing. You might go, how the hell does that work? I like to think that I am swinging off an invisible zeppelin over my head. Defender, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
It's brewing.
Doodly doodly doo. I have completed Stop the Invasion. So, Bare Necessity, level 6 quest. Why wouldn't we just start with that? Rather than going straight to the level 30 ones and getting our ass kicked, let's get the hang of things by annihilating a few really low-level chumps. Okay, that was not ideal. Here we go. Now, this time for sure. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, we got to talk to somebody. Is this Dr. Silverback? It probably is Dr. Silverback. Okay, I'm trying to get used to the movement, you know? Not them. Nope, not them. Who is it I'm supposed to be talking to over here? Can we zoom in? I'm just trying to zoom in a little. What do we got there? Mail? I got mail. Come speak to me. Yeah. Sure, we'll do that. Sometime real soon. Who am I supposed to talk to? It's number 3. Speak with the Onslaught agent. That's the Onslaught vendor. Is that the Onslaught agent? Must be. Mm-hmm.
Hello, hero. I'm sure you've heard what we've been up to on the streets. Would you like to know more? Have you heard about supervillain Onslaught? I've got what you need.
I believe that allows you to play as a supervillain. Get to level 40. That is the one that will get a new player a free freeform character slot. Now, the freeform character slots allow you to mix and match between archetypes. So you could get ice powers and fire powers, or you could get a big gun and some pets. You could have super speed and have void powers. You could have the superpower to dig under the ground or fly in the air. Speak to Kodiak in Westside. Presumably, Westside will be to the west. Then we're going to beat up some gangsters. There's the prison. So we don't have web slinging, but we do have swinging. And of course we also have, because we're so cool, we could also be a swinger, which is entirely a different thing. What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, love superheroes. Hi, Kodiak. So many quests. Taking back Westside. Sure. We're just going to make them all pay. Granted, they're level 6 and I'm level 30. They're bad guys and I'm a good guy. So I don't think that's really a problem. I'm good with that. If they weren't bad guys, I wouldn't be having to kick the living shit out of them. Or, you know, shoot them with beams. Like this. These are quest items, I believe. And that is a little recognition, a rep currency, I think. Something like that. Oh, well, take care of him. We wanted to launch our drones. Now let's see, summons 2 drones to support in their default support mode in weapons mode. How do I turn them into weapons mode? Do we have? Ah, there we are. Tax, drone transform. Weapons mode, I do believe. Yeah, they look a little more intimidating, don't they? Beat me to that joke about me being a swinger. Typing being too slow to compete with the streamer. Well, I like to think everyone's just a bit too slow to compete with the streamer because I like to hallucinate. It's nice to have dreams. I certainly hope they don't mind me busting up all their furniture and shit. Oh, wow. If you drink, don't swing. If you swing, don't drink. How you doing, Kodiak? Yeah, give me them XPs, yo. We don't need any of these items because my my personal items that you get from the level 30 up is better than any of these is going to be. So we're just going to take the recognition token for these. At least until we reach level 30 quests, at which point we're probably still just going to keep these. The 6-piece bonus on these is pretty delicious, not going to lie. Checking in with the chief. Thick as thieves, we'll accept that. Talos takedown, we'll accept that. Now we can pop open the map, and we can see where we have quests. We have one to talk to the chief. He's over at the prison, which is there, I think. Yeah. Nothing. Gives a city a nice, friendly, kind of welcoming spirit, quite like an enormous prison in the middle of town. It's homey. It's certainly quite American. Whoop, 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 whoop. Chief? Doodle-dee-doo. Got a lot of quests from him. Good to see you. Good to be seen. And it is better to be obscene than to be heard. Wait, pretty sure that's not how that goes. Find the new Purple Gang plans for Kodiak. Well, where is that then? That's in that direction. I think I have to put on a disguise for this one. So that was why I was beating the literal pants off. Some of the Purple Gang. What do we have? We have Ren Center Transport, Healing Device Plus. What are we looking for in here? Purple Gang plans for Kodiak. They gotta be in here somewhere. This is not the place where I needed the costume. Can you imagine? So you refuse to play Guild Wars 2, right? Recently decided to get back to Latro. Even that game. Company is a complete... Yeah, well, that's part of... Since they got acquired by Daybreak Games. Oh, I'm sorry, Daybreak. And Daybreak even lied about it for like 6 months. You can't trust the company anymore. Daybreak is an execrable company that you can't trust. And sadly, Latro is under that management now. I would be a little bit curious as to why you would refuse to play Guild Wars 2. The 15th anniversary for Latro? Isn't it more than that? Or is that 15 for you? You got deleted or it got deleted? What are we looking for? Doorway? Something. Wait, what was that? Oh, that was picking up the crates. Not interested. You messaged them, answered 3 weeks later saying it's been more than 7 days. We can't give you anything back. Well, my experiences with their support have always been good and fast. Now, it's possible that if something got deleted and they couldn't return it, they can't basically, depending on their infrastructure, it may be literally not possible for them. This way. It's tough to see sometimes the doorways. As someone who worked in information technology professionally, we took daily backups and weekly backups and monthly backups, but we could only back up files. If you changed your file and then changed it again, we didn't have access to this. So in their case, the only thing they can do is they probably keep some local storage on items that have been deleted, the short-term transactions, for a certain length of time, because they can't keep every transaction the game has. So it's possible that for some things they only have a 7-day retention. Oh, Lars, long time no see. Answering 3 weeks later. Yeah, that's not typical. I have sent in requests on a Saturday night for something not important and had the request filled the next morning. So okay, well, I cannot explain what happened. But Lars, I hope you're doing well. Hi, Lars. Nice to have you back in channel. WoW is shit, Latro is shit, any other online game is shit. It's awesome. Yeah, it's great, isn't it, when all the games go bad? Well, let me tell you about some old-timey games that you might want to look up that are being run on private servers. One of them's licensed. That's City of Heroes, which this will look a little bit like, but this isn't City of Heroes. And the other would be Marvel Heroes Omega, which recently someone rolled out a server for. And it's a lot of fun if you enjoy an ARPG that plays like an ARPG, but it's an MMO. But I can certainly understand being unhappy with, discontented with the larger, sort of more mainstream MMORPGs. I have kind of given up on Latro. I'm still playing Guild Wars 2. The new expansion for WoW hasn't grabbed me. Made a video about it. Got cock blocked by YouTube because you said you didn't like WoW's wokeness, OSRS's market practices, Latro's shit support. Other videos got 20k views. You got more views than I've ever had. I think my biggest might have been 5k, but it was definitely at least 3k. It was for when City of Heroes announced that they had reached a licensing agreement with NCSoft. How have you been doing, Lars? I haven't seen you streaming for a while. I hope you're doing okay. You shot at me, but I blocked it because I'm cool. If you're not familiar with this game, this is by the same guys who do Neverwinter Online and Star Trek Online, same company. It's Champions Online. And all three games are running quick start events because some of the old management is back with the game. And I hope that we see a resurrection of these three properties because I've played them a lot. Haven't even reached 10% of subscribers. Gotta love YouTube's very clear leftist BS. Depends. Video on the same topic, just didn't call companies woke. 5k views. It's going to be entirely dependent. I doubt that they're scouring on their own. More likely somebody complains specifically about it and either the algorithms checked or they add a human look, which seems unlikely. But most likely it was because somebody complained. And from their point of view, if they get a certain number of complaints, they're not even going to bother checking. It's just not worth their time and effort. That's the evidence we're looking for. Being right doesn't matter. It's just like YouTube with, DMCA complaints. They don't do anything. If they get a DMCA complaint, they demonetize you. You have to prove you're innocent or at least challenge it for them to remonetize you. And somebody can do that to every one of your videos. You get 3 strikes, your channel's closed down. But they can complain about every one of your videos. And that's because YouTube doesn't give a shit. So it's unlikely YouTube cares what your video is about. But they got complaints and it's not worth their time or effort to investigate. You have to go back to Kodiak, I think. And turn in our quest that we just did. I swing through the air with the greatest of ease. Man, what do we have to do over here? Enter the sewer. Oh, lovely. Pardon me, I'm going into the sewer, guys. What was second prize? Evidently, I'm high enough level that they don't aggro on me.
Best. They should have made another drop by now.
Don't know, boss. There they are. Let's go. Let's run for it.
Running isn't going to help you, boys. I'm here, and you're going to get put down. Don't play online games at all, even in OSU. You logged off as you switch from Arch to Artix because Arch also went to Hella Woke. I'm curious what exactly you think woke is. Because it seems to be used as a basket excuse for things I don't like. Oh, age verification. Oh, that's great. Yeah, well. And that's going to get worse with all the people talking about, and countries implementing, like the UK, implementing verification. A lot of what the companies are doing, they're just, okay, we have to do this, so we're going to do it in the easiest way for us. Whether it's easy for the user community or not. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was shooting the other guy? I thought so too. Why are my drones not up? All right, those are the Healy drones. We don't want Healy drones. We want big damaging drones. Shoving their beliefs in your face. But that, by that definition, that's everything that Fox in America does. And their beliefs are right-wing, and they would take offense at you calling them woke. I have drones. See, woke gets blamed for all kinds of stuff, but most of the time, it's not a matter of woke. Access code. We use the access code. And we're heading up out of the sewers? Alright, he's gonna attack. I think he attacked my pets, which is good. This is a boss. And he was a boss. Now he's just down. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Is that everything? Return to Kodiak. That is everything. Where's the door? Well, I mean, the shortest version of what I would say in response is, it is your existence to do with as you choose. So, but I would be cautious about taking anything on the internet at face value, and that would include me, by the way. Earlier this evening, I got a phone call, and I don't accept phone calls. They all go to my machine. Because I've gotten so many scam and fraud calls. So I don't answer the phone. I check the phone after, and I see it says Comcast, which is my cable company.
Good work, hero. I penetrated the other side.
But the phone number
Let's investigate further.
is not Comcast.
Let's track these miscreants between us.
Can't trust anyone or anything. Always assume it's bullshit. How much is my face worth, and why does he want people to... Nobody... my face? My face ain't worth jack. Fill in the blank. More items. The Dragon's Fangs. That's a crafty item. Yeah, that's a crafting item. That should have gone into... what? Yeah, mods. This face? This is the face that launched 1,000 ships. Not really. Didn't launch a ship. Character's name is Hai Pan. For those who remember Big Trouble in Little China, there was a character in there named David Lo Pan. This is Hai Pan, and it's voiced by the same actor.
Just remember the most pressing engagement elsewhere. Time to go.
James Hong, I think, is the actor who played David Lo Pan, and he also does the voice in this game of Hai Pan, which is just an utter and complete delight to me. Hi, Defender. How you doing? And now we've got this is the lockbox. Yep, they've got lockboxes. Now, for those of you who don't like lockboxes, which is normal because they suck, Cryptic is responsible in many ways for the lockbox craze in our games. Now, that may sound unlikely. I have a friend who worked at Cryptic. And when Star Trek Online rolled out their first lockbox, however many years ago, 2 days. It took them 2 days to sell enough keys that they made as much money as they made in the previous year. You want to know why we got lockbox? We dug our own grave on this one. Because of us. Now, personally, this is the materials in the new lockbox. Booster box, sidekick, transformation, emotes, costumes, and then the stuff you're actually going to get. It's fun. I understand it is fun. Believe me, I understand it too. That's one of the reasons I've done so many key farms in Guild Wars 2. You remember that game, right, Lars? Is first of all, it is a nice, no stress way for me to kill a little time and stream, keep up with chat. And also I get a key for the lockboxes. And I have opened hundreds of them. Ever get a chance to sell out or do something like those shitty monetization practices? So go balls deep. Well, I mean, like I said, when Star Trek on... Actually, first one was Dungeons & Dragons Online. They were the first Western MMO to go free to play. And everyone said they just killed the game and laughed. And their numbers went through the fucking roof. At least for a while. And when that happened, Lord of the Rings Online followed. The same thing. Initially, numbers went through the roof. And then basically, everybody who wasn't WoW or Final Fantasy XIV had to do the same. Because people wouldn't even try their games if they weren't free to play anymore for MMOs. Mind you, it seems to only hit MMOs and ARPGs. But when Star Trek Online, made a year's worth of money in 2 days with their first lockbox, the path for all the Cryptic games was obvious. I mean, you're not going to say no to that much more money. Of course they're not. As much as maybe we wish they had. Talos Takedown. Which one is that? 8. Oh, go to the warehouse. Well, I'm going to go to the warehouse because it says I have to go to the warehouse. Who am I to argue? I swing through the air with the greatest of ease. The daring young hero. Who wishes he was Spider-Man? Telling about those YouTube channels. One after 3 weeks got 400 subs, 25 to 30k viewers, but you knew it wouldn't last. Even if every video would be great. You had like 6 to 8 total videos. Okay, now we put on the purple gang to size because we've got to fight a bad guy. Started a channel, you spam videos daily, also make custom mods for yourself. Every new video is getting 1,000 views, 2 weeks past, almost as much subs as the channel. Well, I mean, I hope you're doing well with it. More importantly, at least, I hope you're enjoying doing it. Sounds like it's doing pretty well. It's a start, at least. There are a lot of people who are trying to get into content creation. They'd give a kidney for that. Well, let's go ahead, bust out our support drones, transform them, attack. I'll put up my shield and bounce off his attack. All right, we kicked his ass. He gave up. He's a coward. Chicken. Also, to stay consistent, you felt like you were doing nothing every day. Well, that's one of the reasons I stream is, being retired, it was easy for me to kind of get lost. Is it today Tuesday or Sunday? Now I'm still occasionally off by a single day, but never more than that. So a little structure in your life can be a good thing. Channel to at least do something and exercise every day. Yep, same thing, because you'd randomly get drunk. I still randomly get drunk. I'll probably early next week I'll be doing it. Haven't drank in those 2 weeks. Don't feel like it, because you miss a day of uploads and you feel bad about it. That's great. That is both mentally and hopefully fiscally, monetarily going to pay off. And he runs away because he's a coward. He tries to run away. Did he run away? He did. Return to Kodiak. Can I get out that way? Pick up object. No, I don't want to pick up an object. Do I have to fight my way out of the place? Is there another exit? Yeah, I guess I do have to fight my way out. I have to put on the disguise again to get out. Okay. There we go. Hi, so long, guys. How you doing? I'm purple like you. Okay, they didn't buy it. No, keep it up. Keep doing that. If you get lucky, a couple of lucky breaks, and if you're consistent, you might be able to make a decent living off of it. And it's still work, but it's a lot better work, I think, than most of the stuff relatively young people can do for a living. So good on you, Lars. Keep it up. I know I'm an inspiration to you, Lars. I'm like a father figure. Not really. I'm making that up. Regardless, that's good news, Lars. Doodly-doo. All right. Get to level 40. Well, I want to get to level 40. That'll happen eventually. Jeez, give me a break. I can't snap my fingers. I'm at 30 and 1/10 right now. Yeah, got 1/10 of a level. Let's see, that's the Defenders program. So we got to go back to the Ren Center and get more quests. Okay. I will be probably ending my stream relatively soon, not quickly. As this is about what I wanted to get done in Champions. Hopefully, the Cryptic team can get their stuff together and get the game back in good shape. Or I should say the game's back in good shape, because they've got good games. All right, he's got quests at level 26 and then 27 quests, which would give a little bit more on the XP side. That is, what is it, like Oracle or something? That's the computer mission system. I think those are dynamic. Not positive about that, though. That's the currency exchange vendor. Okay, it does exactly what it says. Oh, that's Defender. Boy, I certainly can jump. Alright, that one is alerts, which I think are like... Yeah, those are level 30 content. Lairs. Those are both level 30 content. I think the lairs are like raids. Those are... Trouble Brewing. Oh, Return to Kodiak. We'll head back to Kodiak. Oh, and yeah, there was the quests that the warden or police chief was giving out at the prison. So I wanted to do this to maybe shine a little bit of a spotlight on Champions Online, which I think is a perfectly fine game. Not great, but good. And to maybe do a little bit of cheerleading for Cryptic. I'd like to see their games do well. I'd like to see the company do well now that they're free from the shackles of, well, the tentacles of Lars Wingefor's and Embracer Group. As they are solid games. And sadly, they have been ill-treated by the owners, the last several owners of the company. So I'm hoping that this will bring good things to the games, to the fans that enjoy them, which includes me, and to the company as a whole. I've had 3 lifetime subs to games. He's the chief. And 2 of them were Cryptic games. This game, Champions Online, Star Trek Online. I would have got it for the 3rd Cryptic game, Neverwinter Online, but they didn't sell them because they'd learned their lesson from the first 2. And the other is Lord of the Rings Online. And 2 of them I have more than paid for themselves, Star Trek and Latro, and I don't begrudge spending the money on this one's lifetime's sub either. I haven't played it nearly as much as the other 2, but it wasn't money well spent. In other words, it was money well spent. But I am going to call it an evening here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out, as always. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. I would expect with more of Windrose, because I am enjoying Windrose. It's pretty good, not going to lie. So that's the plan. Let's see. On Sunday, I will also have the Guild Wars 2 raid, as usual. Beyond that, I don't think I've got anything else shaking. Maybe one of these nights I will do a Guild Wars 2 key farm and some Super Adventure box. And that's going to do it. Thanks for dropping in, Lars. Nice seeing you again. Take care of yourself, please. I should be back tomorrow, usual time. Thank you all for hanging out, especially Lars. Lars has been away for a while. Nice to have him back. But tomorrow, back to Windrose. Hopefully you guys will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Friday night or Saturday morning goes great. And I hope your weekend kicks bleeping ass. I will expect a complete record of all of your weekend ass kickery on my desk first thing Monday morning, as usual. Have a great weekend. Take care and